Alrighty, welcome back. I'm your man, Bad Chad, and Queen Jolene's on the camera, and Doug Brown is in the house. We're going to do a little bit of body work today. We got the body fill out stuff ready to rock and roll. Doug's going to help me. First, I want to go over what happened this morning. It's Friday. Doug got the stainless put on the door. Doug, you vacuumed the inside of the car. He put the stainless on the other side of the door. We prematurely put the window in, but I taped it up and put the blanket back in for the dash. And the reason it's in there premature is because I still got welding to do here and to figure that out. But both sides of the door are done on the inside. What I mean by done on the inside, all the tops of the doors are done. We got the piece in there now. We basically have everything looking pretty good other than right here. All the metal is ground down around the louvers in the roof in front of the window, but we want to get rid of the seams that we have on the car. We do not want to take away any of the patina on the car, but we're going to just do a little bit of body work, and we're going to show you how we're going to do it. I think the last time we did it, we did the body work and painted all in one show, did we not? We're not going to do that on this one, and the reason being is we haven't got any green paint that we want to apply to the car yet. We'll mix some up probably, no doubt in my mind. But this is what I'm going to do, and this is what we're going to do. This is what I'm going to do. We're going to just take some tape and tape off some basic areas that we can apply filler. So what I'm thinking is that this place has been fixed. We're going to take some 220 sandpaper and we'll sand the green paint because we know we're going to get it on there a little bit, and we're going to be putting paint over top of it. I don't feel like I need that much body fill, but we are going to have to sand it for everything to stick. So this is what I'm doing. So Doug, if you want to start by rolling this piece. Oh, Doug's got the paper. Doug had the paper in his back pocket already. I thought I had one sheet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start applying tape. Doug's going to go in where just inside the tape and just hit it with a piece of 220. Just enough to scratch it up. And we'll do that, and we'll scratch it down along there. And then we're saying that we're ready for filler, because we're not going to do a bunch of body work this car. It looks too good for that. But we are going to do the patina thing. Nope, I'm just going to do this. I guess it really doesn't much matter how I put the tape on. It's just that I don't want to scratch up the rest of the car. I just want to put enough on so it makes us happy. Thanks for coming back, everybody. We appreciate it. The reason I'm putting the tape on is because I do not want to sand it too far. Just it gives us a guide, I guess. Just gives us a guide. Yeah, you mean, yeah. Just going to use body fill, not using no fiberglass, nothing like that. This stuff I'm going to leave alone for now, and the reason being is I've got work there left to do. Drip rail, just some welding to go on there, that's all. I'm not sure what I'm going to do in there with the trunk lid yet. All right, Doug's is sanding, so I'm going to grab a rag and wipe off the dust. And we'll start applying some mud, body fill. I'm going to give that to Doug so he can clean it off when he's done and over with. I'm just going to mix up a little bit, start mixing it a little bit.
I sure still got a tag on it.
And it just, like Doug's doing the right thing. All he's doing is just scuffing it off so the body fill will stick. Or, yeah, that's all he's doing, so the body fill will stick. I don't want to get too much mixed up, and the reason being I don't want to get too much mixed up because it'll go hard on me, because I'm not putting a whole bunch on it. I'm just putting on enough to cover what's going on, and then we'll apply the paint right over top. Jolene said, let me to do the body job and that thing. She said, I'll do that with my finger and I'll have it done within an hour. And I said, baby, I know you're fast, but I'm not sure she's quite that fast.
I'd call her out on that, make her do it.
Is that right, Doug?
I'd call her right out on that, make her do it, for sure.
There you go, Doug, or Jolene.
Oh yeah? Gotta see that. You do it too damn good, then you'd have to do it all the time.
We decided that we're going to bring the chrome up to here.
Chome.
End it there, the chome.
Chome.
So what I did is I finished the hole there, and we're not going to go up there. Tape also holds back me from getting fill on anything, which is nice. Enough, I guess. I'm going to take this and rub this on here with my finger. That body fill will help us get a nice round door. So it'll help. I need another rag for myself for the body fill. Nice quiet day, putting body fill on. Nice quiet day. Just want to get a little bit, get too much, and then it'll go hard on me. It's been a long time since I put mud on, but we're not going to stay into it that long, and the reason being is this car does not deserve a bunch of mud. It deserves to be driven. Yeah, I'm gonna got in there a little bit. Smooth that off. Wow. Probably what I should be doing anyways, isn't it, baby? That's what you said you wanted to do, isn't it? You wanted to put it on your finger. Is that still pliable? Because I will. All right. It is still pliable. Just want to take some of that off. just want to have enough on there so it feathers out good. Nothing worse than not having enough product, that's for sure. I'll open that. There's videos that I've seen on my computer that I look at once in a while when I'm scrolling. I'm not sure where they're from, but you can tell it's probably a third world country where they're fixing up stuff and fixing damage. And it shows them mudding cars out and fixing them. And it shows how they do it, and it's basically right on the money how they're doing it. They put a little bit on, they scrape it off flat with their squeegee or your applier, and they do not worry about it. They're skipping some of the steps when you're watching it because it's going, what can I say? It's skipping some of the steps because they're applying it, they're walking away from it, they're letting it dry, and then they're coming back in again and swiping it again. And they're just putting little coats on every time. And the reason being that they're doing that is they're going by and they're putting filler in the low places, in the lowest place, and then they keep building it up so when it's all filled out, it's pretty well straight for them, if you know what I'm trying to say. Put a little bit on, come back over and put a little bit more on because there's a low spot where they have been filling. So one thing that I notice is they let it dry in between application, but they're putting thin layers on and then going back and putting more on. They're not sanding before they put more layers on. No, they're not. They are applying it until they have enough product that they feel like they can sand it and make something out of it. And that's basically the way I do it, or the way I like to do it. But they're not showing the whole process where they wait to put more on. They show putting it on full time, and it looks good, but they are doing a good job putting it on, and then they're letting it dry and going back over it again.
People still guide coat, stuff like that? Do you do that?
I do. Not body fill too much though. Yeah, not too much, just. And all we're doing is taking out the seams to make it look good. Maybe make it look like it's never been messed with, I guess. But we know the difference. I'm gonna go back up here, see if it's any more. Didn't want to do that. Get up, baby. Didn't want to do that. Starting to get hard. Put a little bit more on this. And the reason being is make sure we have enough product where we're sanding what we want to get done. Starting to come around. Starting to dry. Getting into the sticky stuff. No body fill required up and through there. I wouldn't say on top of the door. That looks excellent. It's going to need some here and around here, obviously. But that top of that door, A1. Like Jolene said, it could even rust if it wanted to. It would make it look good. Don't want to get too much, and the reason being is it'll go hard on me. Off to the other side. You ready for me here, Douglas?
Sure am, bud.
Awesome. If you want to take a piece of 80 grit and just go over that lightly, there's probably not quite dry yet because I just put some more on. We'll just wait a minute or so. This is what they don't show you. You got to wait a minute or so it hardens.
You do the same thing with fiberglass? It's almost hard, 80 over top it, yeah.
No, I don't like to sand fiberglass. It's too damn hard. I like to.
It gets so damn hard. That doesn't make it hard.
I like to put enough on that I don't sand it at all. I just put I thin it out and put none on it all, and that way there, I don't have to sand it.
It's getting there.
So I would say we'll sand it with the tape on,
Yes.
and then when we pull the tape off, we can feather it because it should be pretty close to where it's supposed to be. Jolene's looking at me and she wants less on there as possible. But to be honest with you, you gotta have some to feather. Doug obviously knows how to rip and fold his sandpaper. Oh, don't want to do that. I want to use that. I want to make sure I have enough on this, so when we sand it, it's good. Try not to hit the 80 grit on the rest of the car, Doug, if possible.
Yep.
That's probably, it's not yet, we're not ready yet. We're gonna have to let it cure a little bit. I'll put a little bit more on.
It's getting there.
It's getting there.
It's getting there.
We body job and paint this thing in one day, no problem whatsoever. If we had to paint for the amount of work that we want to do to it. All we want to do is cover the weld seams, basically. The car has got the look, and we're not trying to do a body job to it. We just kind of customized it to make a look. And if I didn't say it yesterday, I think the car is absolutely gorgeous with the trunk lid on it and the way the stance is. I think it's fantastic. And with the bike in the back, we have actually done what we set out to do. I'm not saying that the bike hauler is the greatest, coolest thing ever, but we set out to do that, to make it a bike hauler, and we did that, and also made a good looking car out of it. We'll have to thank Dan the man for that. Thanks, Dan. He came up with the idea one day standing here, and I went for it. But we have accomplished what we said we would do, and besides that, we've made a really, really, really cool looking hot rod, as far as I'm concerned. And yeah, we've made a cool looking hot rod, in my opinion. So we're not going to use generally you use a 40 grit on your body fill. We're not going to do that, and the reason being is we're not going that far. We're not going that route. We're going to cover the seams, make it as quick as possible, and that's what we're doing. gonna put that in there. We just want to take out the grinder marks, basically. And some of the ugly. I don't even really think it really needs anything there, but I did it. I went and did it. Just in case there's any. Don't want to get anything on our tips, that's for sure. Where, baby? Where? What? Where? You telling me what to do, boys?
Someone's gotta
It wasn't standing there, so we hear that.
keep you in line.
It's okay. Is that what you want, baby? That's what she wants, boys. That's what she wants, and what she wants is what she gets. Alrighty. Right on. For some reason, I want to put a little bit more on that, but that's just the way it goes. I always want more material than is needed. Go slow, Doug, and just knock the heads off it off, will you? You can go all the way down there if you want, and try not to hit the rest of the car with the 80 grit, if possible. I know you can do it.
I can.
Just go easy, too, because you're just taking off the tops.
Yeah.
Is body fill staying on? Oh, you got her.
Yeah, I know.
Got it.
Come on.
Sometimes you can sand your body fill too early. It's nice to sand it when it's soft. It is so because it's easier to sand. But in all actual fact, it is not cured and not adhered to your metal yet. If you know what I'm trying to tell you. If it's soft, it's not obviously adhered to the metal. So that's what I'm going to say about that situation. It is nice to sand your car, don't get me wrong, when it's soft. But you have to understand it can rip off, and then it becomes a hassle because you know what has to happen? You have to apply it again. Did you ever do that, Doug?
Yes, many times.
Don't tell on yourself.
Just mostly lack of patience with it.
Yeah, I got
I
you.
have patience with this stuff. You realize you're going to put it on and take it off, put it on and take it off. And it gets frustrating, but you can do it.
All right, you can do it.
Right, you can do it. Have patience.
If you hadn't got any, you'll get some, won't you?
Yeah. No, you'll probably just get mad, swear at your car, kick the door, and walk away.
Doug's body work.
Yeah. Make more problems for yourself sometimes. That's what gets people frustrated, putting it on, taking off, putting it on, taking off. Does me.
Wasn't mixed that well, so I'm just trying to mixing it up while I put it on there. Now, Doug's got her taking the heads of the body fill off. Fantastic. Not hitting the car, staying in between the tape. We'll feather that off after we take the tape off. I'm going to step in and help. Fold your sandpaper in half. That's a sheet of sandpaper. You fold your paper in half. Doug got that half, and then you take it and fold it in threes. 1, 2. So you got 1, 2, and then you fold that over. 3. No waste of paper. The secret to body fill and sanding it is crisscross the grit, if you know what I'm trying to say. Things are going good so far. I got no metal showing. That's awesome.
I did one spot right there. You'll see it.
That's fine.
You know, quick I wrapped myself out on that one.
Wrap yourself out?
Yeah, it did,
I
didn't
seen
I?
it. You're all good.
Oh, yeah.
You're all good, bud.
Oh, yeah.
Just feathering it down to the tape, because we're going to feather it down further. I'm just sanding on the tape right now, once I have it. If we're hitting some metal, that's fine. They're hitting that a little bit. Let's watch the others. Chrome over top of that. Doesn't matter if there's metal showing at all. We're not going for that. All right, buddy, keep going. Yeah, scratched up there a little bit, we did, but red paint's going to hit that. Just try not to have any of your paper hit that metal or that metal when you're sanding it, old buddy. Got it. We're a little high there, that's fine. little tape on something to keep yourself contained in a certain area is a great idea. The reason we got the tape on there because we want to contain that. We don't want to start progressing all over the place, and the reason being is you'll have a wider swath of mess to deal with. We want to keep it small and contained if we can. Kind of a harder thing to do is sand it that way, is it not? Keep it contained, Doug?
Yes,
It is. Yeah, it is. Also, want to take that down further, Doug? I want to take all this right out of it. Take all that low spot stuff out of it, will you? And we'll call that. Take all the low spot stuff out of it. And what do you mean by the low spot? You can see how it's not sanded right there. You can see like that's not sanded in there. We just want to scoop that out and make it sanded. Took the door rubber off this door when I did the work to it, and now it does not. It's not working right for me. Need a door rubber on it. Trying to be careful with the stainless there, and the rest of the paint. I don't want to hit it. Tape is the bumper, I guess. So this one's not going to be 40-80 prime. This one's going to be 80-220 paint.
Really?
Imagine.
Interesting.
Huh?
That's interesting.
Well, we're going for a different kind of body job here. We're trying to take away the seams and make it look good enough that you would not know that it was cut up. Basically, that's what I'm hoping for. You see, I got a nicer thing going there, and the old filler helped me out. It did. Take that in there. And if we do get a couple scratches on it, the paint, we're not gonna mask it up to paint it. We're just gonna paint it. We're gonna spot paint it and try to blend it in the best we can.
Beautiful, beautiful. Not quite.
More or less what we want. We want to throw a little paint on that and it make look like the door's never been cut. Unless it was you watching, somebody would never know. Around in there. The body man is the sculptor, that's for sure. Now to me, stand back and look at it a few times, we're down to the metal on the inside of the door, but it does look a lot better, you know? Go back at it. A little bit down here. See that little spot right here? See that little light spot? Not sandy. So like this. Take a little more off. Rub it off at the bottom. Don't want no icicles hanging off it. We got a little bit up here, metal showing here, which is, yeah, we want a little bit on that too. I'm going to go over to Doug's side. Start sanding this. How you making over here, Douglas?
Working on this finger paint and stuff you did here.
I don't know. Right in there is the main thing. I want that to be round.
Yeah.
Not using a block. This is round. Pretty hard to make something round with something that's straight. Not saying that you can't. It's harder. If I had a block on there, it would just be kind of flatten it, flatten it, and flatten it. It's kind of hard to do the deal. I like to sand everything that's round with my hand. Sand it right down to the tape. And then we'll pull the tape off, and then we'll feather that with, no doubt, 220. Some metal showing. If there's any craters in the filler, we must put something in it because that'll just make it look bad. Do I have enough on that up there?
Yes. Yes, you do. It's pretty good.
And it's good to swing this arm while you're sanding so you get more momentum. Huh?
That's what it's all about, momentum.
When I sand it this way, when I'm sanding the filler this way, I am feathering the fill off. If I sand it this way coming on the fill, I'm hitting the fill first and I'm digging it off. To feather it, you go that way. To feather it and to dig it off, go this way. See this stuff here? That stuff there? It's not sanded. So in order to make that look nice, have to sand it. If you were doing a body job on a car, a full-time body job, like a really nice body job, that metal there is high. You would have to add filler to get above the ocean floor. The metal of the car is the ocean floor. The flood is the filler, and that flood right there is too low to cover that, obviously. But I'm going to sand it out anyways, and the reason being is we are not doing a body job. We are covering up the scratches and the picks of the welds. Just going to sand that off. Like I said, you usually don't sand body fill. Started out with an 80 grit, but we're doing something different here than doing a body job on a car. We're doing a cover-up from a major construction. And And the major construction is to turn it into what we did. Does Jolene want to sand? No, she says.
Oh, come on.
Come on, baby.
This is so much fun.
It's good, it's good, it's good.
It's good.
Yeah, I think that's excellent. I don't even think I should have put body fill in that. Like, it's too nice, you know what I mean? Like, making me sand for... it's got a little pin potty there, I guess. I think an old man Winter got a little hold of me a little bit, I think. That's why I'm sniffling. Come on, sandpaper. Work for me, work for me.
Sure you don't want to sand, Joe? So much fun. Hard on the hands.
Only if you let the land sandpaper slide. Here we go. Feels really good there. You wouldn't even have, wow. Try and feather off the edges so when we paint it, you can't see where it was welded together. and you feel your hands over something like that, you can feel where the edge of the body fill hits the metal, and if you can, it's not feathered good enough.
And if you paint that, won't it ever stick out?
It does.
Sure does. Things you don't even feel stick out after paint.
Alrighty. That's basically what we're going to do, or as far as we're going to go, I think, for the body work. There might be a few places I might touch up and put a little bit more on, but that's what's going on there. How you got the door looking, Doug? Ooh, good job. Looks good. I like it. You got it nice and round. Good job.
Does now. Yeah, well, I had that point there before. You did.
Looks good.
You did a good job.
Looks good. Looks good. All right, let's pull the tape off.
You want some? We better go too far now. We've got one piece here.
We do get a few. I'm just gonna wipe it off for a second.
Yeah. I had a rag somewhere. I had a clean one.
We do not have the paint. We do not have the paint right now, so we are not going to do any painting right now. But I'm going to wipe it off. See what we got. So basically the tape is on there now. There's still an edge on that filler. You can still see it. There's an edge there. And what has to happen is we have to feather that off. You can see an edge there. See how the edge is going like that? There's an edge there. You would never want to paint that, that's for sure. That has to be feathered off, or wants to be feathered off. See stuff like this? See, it's laying up over top of the paint. Can't have anything like that. We got to feather it off. So what's going to happen is we'll end up pulling the tape off so it's nice and thin, and then that filler has to be feathered off to the car, and try not to go too far. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't want to, I just want to feather it off. I don't want to sand the car so I have a bunch to paint. I just want to fix what I'm fixing. And remember what I said, this way is taking it off, this way is feathering it off. So just feathering the edges so. And the basic way to know that it's feathered is there's no shiny paint. See how that's got sandpaper hitting there, and then it's got shiny? It's not feathered. See that right there? That's feathered. That's not. So we have to get it down. Take some off, feather it off. Take some off, feather it off. Take some off, feather it off. Feathered. Now that's something that we would paint. I'm trying to smooth it all up. So try to have no scratches in it. Go in this direction. Keep as close as possible, Doug. The sanding part.
Yep.
Keep it as close as possible. Crisscross that paper and make it work for you. And all you're doing is crisscrossing the grain of the sanding material. You can see that right there? Not feathered. You can see that in your paint. You got to make sure that that's done. Excuse me. Shiny paint still. I can see it. Yeah, we got something there that we could throw a little paint on and be happy with. The reason I took it right down to the tape, because the body fill is over top of the tape. And if you leave too much body fill over top of that tape, instead of taking it right down to the tape, sometimes you can rip off your filler. Don't want to do that, just put it on. And you're more or less just feathering the edges because we got the inside sanded where we wanted it. You just feather the edging where we finished it off. See green paint on the edge of that filler? You can see that? Not feathered off good enough. Now it's feathered off. Got a little filler right there. Sometimes it pays to have an X-Acto knife with you, sometimes to cut the filler off and then try to sand it off. Sometimes it's just easier. I've got a little filler went on the inside of the door here. I'm just gonna, instead of me sanding that off, I'm gonna cut it off. Makes it easier, doesn't it? Sure it does. Yeah, that right there. Now, I put a little bit of paint on that. You would never know, a person would not know that that door was cut. And they would not know for sure that it was the back window of the car. They would not know. I'm going to peel this tape off. I don't feel like we're going to put any more filler on that. And the reason, we got high spots all over that. That would require more filler to cover that high spot or to grind it off more. Not willing to do that. Not willing. I'm going to put a little filler on that piece right there. I'll just do that by hand or by my finger. Maybe I'll get Jolene to do it. My queen Jolene.
Got to make sure she has to do some, hey?
Always.
Yep. Sounds good to me.
How are you making it?
As much as I love it. I just did that one.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
So I just...
Doug knows what's going on.
Yeah.
He's got this feathered off up here. You can see no shiny paint amongst this thing. Now he's going to do the bottom piece without hitting the stainless and trying to bring it down as low or as possible, like trying to hit less paint as possible to try to bring it down, which is exactly what we want. Doug, I'll go in the house and you finish this up, will you?
Yeah, sure, no problem, pal.
What's that? Okay. All right, everybody. Thanks for coming back. We really appreciate it. Basically just putting some filler on to get rid of the lines that we put in it. We're not going to paint the whole car. We're just going to come in and do a little bit of painting on the seams that were done here. And we're just going to try to cover the welds. That's all we're doing. It does not matter if that's high there a little bit. Does not matter. We put a little paint on it. You'll never know. Thanks a lot for coming back. Have a great day. Thanks for buying the gear. Come back tomorrow. We'll be here.